Okay, so here we have it, our second to last of the World Grand Prix racers to cover. And this one, I gotta tell you, I am very happy to cover because he is honestly like my second to favorite out of all the racers on this. Because we have the one, the only Lewis Hamilton. Because just like my first video with Jeff Corvette, he is actually based off a real life racer. And that being Lewis Hamilton, who is an F1 racer. I don't follow F1 as much as I do NASCAR. I don't really follow both in general, but I have more knowledge in NASCAR. But I do know that Lewis Hamilton in real life is like one of the greatest F1 racers and very popular and like very famous in general. And with that, I think I really appreciate the fact that like the makers of this movie and just like the overall scope of like the world that they're traveling took the time to get in such like a renowned, like world famous racer like Lewis Hamilton. Because it's not like Jeff Gordon or like the other like first Cars movies to where they actually wanted to focus more on like the American side of racing. But in this one, they go like full scale with it, and having someone like him in this movie is just really cool to have. Now, with that, I like the fact that in this, he is like one of the few racers to actually have lines in the movie, because outside of like Francesco, all we have is Jeff Corvette and Lewis Hamilton, because like I said, they are the only ones that are based off of and voiced by real life racers. And I like the fact that in this movie, as I mentioned for Jeff Corvette, they actually impact the plot for this, because in this movie, whenever they're at the Japan party for the race, Lewis Hamilton and Jeff Corvette mention and like realize how Mater is just like this like weird person there, and how he's just being Mater. And I like the fact that it actually progresses the plot with Lightning being increasingly insecure about Mater being himself, and that's how like the overarching plot of that movie. And along with that, I like how the fact that like Lightning being friends with Lewis Hamilton and Jeff Corvette brings in more of like lore into the Cars universe, because I like the fact how it like establishes the fact that Lightning throughout his racing career has made friends with such people. Because it's just like the first Cars movie to where he had a relationship with Michael Schumacher. I think I pronounced that right. Hopefully I did. And it just makes you like imagine like how he formed these connections with these people, and if like even like talked about like their racing careers with one another. Like I know it's all like fictional, it doesn't matter, but I just think like having like lore stuff like that is like very important when it comes to like movies, shows, or anything like that. But like that, how I said how they have like an established relationship, I do think it's a bit odd that they don't know about Mater. Like, I thought that as a kid, but then I remember in the movie, like, they talk about how Lightning doesn't bring Mater to any of the races, which I said in my first video doesn't make sense because he went to his very first race in the end of the first Cars movie. But I'm just imagining, like, after that, Lightning was just like, yo, guys, I don't think we should bring him to races anymore. I don't know, it's funny to think about, but whatever, I'm getting lost in the sauce here. So basically, Lewis Hamilton throughout the movie, he's in the World Grand Prix and all that stuff, and he races in Japan, Italy, London, and all that. And I really love this because I mentioned this in my Jeff Corvette video. I love how there's like such like overlap, because these are like the same like roles that they play because they're together the whole movie. But I love the fact that both of them don't get in the crash in the Italy race, because every single person outside of like our main protagonist characters don't get hit by the laser beam. And I love the fact that they don't get hit either, because like for their protecting like their image or anything like that. It reminds me of how like The Rock has like contracts to where he can't lose a fight, and I love how it's just like this, to where like, hey, we're like super important like NASCAR and F1 racers, all right? We're not gonna have our image slandered by this Pixar movie, all right? Come on, guys. And then finally you have the final Radiator Springs race. And something I will say is that I really like the banter that both of them have between each other, because as I said, that they're basically seen together on screen at the same time. And I like the fact that they use this to show like how they have like this really like tight like relationship that they have. And I don't know, I just think it's like really cool. It's nothing like major, it's like pretty minor. It's not even like something you like notice, but just like after watching it as many times as I have, it's just really cool just to see. And yeah, that's really about him for what he does in the movie. I just think overall that it's like really cool, the fact that we have an F1 racer. And I will say with his overall design, I think it is like incredible. Like even as a kid, I thought that his design was like better than like most of the racers on here. I love the black, sleek design. It looks like a futuristic car, and I love like the yellow strip line going through it. I don't know what car it is. I'm not like a gearhead or anything like that, but I really do think it's like just an amazing like model that they have. And you think that would be it for this, but no, there's actually more. Turns out he's actually in Cars 3.
I don't have friends, I got family.
Family.
Not in like appearance form, but in the movie, Cruise has this like mechanical like earpiece headset thing to where it's like Hamilton, to where it's like an AI voice thing, and he actually voices like the AI in that movie. And it's pretty weird because in that same movie too, you have Jeff Corvette, and I just think it's really cool the fact that both of them technically get to be in the movie. And I like the fact that like you actually don't get to see him, because at that time and still now, Pixar doesn't want to acknowledge Cars 2 was a movie because they're like so ashamed of it. But I think it's cool the fact that they were able to bring in like some smaller elements of that movie into this, and how Cars 3 actually focuses on racing and not spy stuff. Like I know I mention it in every video, but as much as I am nostalgic and love Cars 2, it's just like I really think the spy stuff really just like, it's just so bad, honestly.
We're convinced Mater
No more arigato
is an undercover spy.
That makes no sense.
But yeah, no, that's really about it, honestly. I just think like this is really like one of my favorite videos of the World Grand Prix racers to cover, because I just think Lewis Hamilton in that movie and just in general is just really cool just to talk about. And I love how like real life racers get to have like involvements in these movies. Like I said, like how Jeff Gordon has a role in this movie along with other racers in previous Cars movies. And yeah, so after this we have one more racer to cover, which is going to be Francesco. I don't plan to do one on Lightning McQueen because he's the main character of the movie. Oh wait, no, second character, because Mater has the spy stuff going on, I guess, or whatever. But yeah, no, that's really about it. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. If you want to watch my other Cars videos on the other World Grand Prix racers, or just other Cars videos, or just my channel in general, I would really appreciate that. I hope you have a great day, and yeah, no, that's really about it. See ya.
Hey, you done good. You got all the leaves.
Check out that tow truck.
For the last time, I don't look nothing like no damn tow truck.